Today we're talking about another one of my favorite albums from the 80s. This time we're talking about Steve Perry's classic solo debut album released in April of 1984. Yes, we're talking about the album that spawned such great hits as Oh Sherrie and Foolish Heart. We're talking about Street Talk. I think it's worth mentioning that this album followed the massive hits by the band Journey, the Escape album, as well as the Journey Frontiers album. Both of these albums were huge, and on top of that we have Street Talk. By the mid-80s, Steve Perry was absolutely one of the most recognizable voices within the music industry. For those keeping track, this album was certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. So I mentioned the songs that were singles off of the album, and in addition to Oh Sherrie, Foolish Heart, we also had She's Mine and Strung Out. All of them charted on the Billboard Top 100. All of them landed within the top 40. The biggest hit was, of course, Oh Sherrie, which was a song written for Steve's then-girlfriend Sherry Swafford, who also appeared in the music video. The song hit number 3 on the pop chart and number 1 on the US rock charts. And, one might say that it was aided. The success of the song was aided, better stated, by the music video, which just received, holy cow, Batman, that thing was all over the place on MTV during 1984. Heavy rotation. A little bit of backstory regarding the creation of this particular song. Steve, as well as the other writers on this song, they began working on this thing in the wee hours of the morning, and they were writing all the way up till 5 a.m. And Sherrie herself was in the room as they were starting to write this song. And Steve said that she got tired and went to bed. And, the words that were coming in as they were kind of composing the music, they had Oh Sherrie, and then they had Hold On. What were they saying to hold on to? Maybe could you stay up a little longer, help us out, be the muse, be the inspiration for us. Regardless, what a wonderful song, and an iconic song, one of those that you just think about when you think of Steve Perry. A lot of folks believe that Foolish Heart was the second single released off of the album, but it was actually the fourth. It followed She's Mine and Strung Out. But if you think about this song, by the way, this is my favorite song on the album. This is one of those, it's got a classic feel to it, whereas, not taking anything away from She's Mine or Strung Out, there's just a feeling, a sentiment of timelessness that sets it apart from, even in my mind, Oh Sherrie. Steve said that the feeling was basically one of being confused about falling back in love again, because, to quote him, your heart wants to so bad, but your head says, wait a minute, you've done that before and you know how this thing ends. Well, a lot of folks remember the Oh Sherrie video. I think the music video for Foolish Heart is just spot on, a classic music video. It's one of those single shot videos where there's no editing, no cutting from one scene to the other. It's just one continuous shot from beginning to end as the camera pans in on Steve, who comes in and sits down on the stage, sits on a stool, and sings into a microphone. And then, song's over, Steve gets up and walks off. There's also, according to Wikipedia, an alternate holiday ending of this video, which I haven't seen, but apparently Steve walks off, moves towards the camera, and then you see the rest of the band Journey. Folks believe that this was Steve's way of signaling that he was ready to get back to Journey and start writing and performing songs with them. So I've mentioned the other singles off of the album, She's Mine and Strung Out. They are great as well. In my mind, they don't have that same classic iconic quality as Oh Sherrie and Foolish Heart, but very much enjoyable, as are, you know what, there's not a bad track on this disc. I would encourage anyone that can get their hands on a copy of the vinyl to do so. There is a feeling of warmth that comes from listening to this album on vinyl that just can't be replicated by its digital brethren. And certainly these songs merit that warmth. So that's it. Steve Perry's Street Talk, one of my favorite albums, and I'm guessing for many of you, it's one of yours as well. Hey, I'd love your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you like this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up. That's how I will know to make more videos like this one. And as always, I would be honored if you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, thank you for watching.